Hello everybody! Welcome on the Esoteric Software channel. My name is Erika and today I will be finishing the last character of the Call of Guardian game, which is Delilah. So that next week we'll be doing something different. Unless I'm super slow, so this will take more than one stream, which is unlikely. So let's review what was done last time. We've been doing some clothes shaken by the wind, and we've added controls here so that this cloth can be moved up and down. You can see it in slow motion here. It's these 3 dots, and that's what it does. Then we've added similar controls for the cape, but without the 3 points, and for the hair that has various bones. I guess the count of, let's have a look at the matrix. Yeah, we just have 42 bones. 42, nice number if you're a hitchhiker. Then we did the body. Let's have a brief look at the body. So in this case we have 98 vertices out of a total of 466. Let's expand this a bit so that you can see it, and let's check the weights. We have one bone that controls the hips, a bone here for the legs, a bone for the body, this middle part, a bone for the upper part, a bone that controls the chest. What's left to do? We also did the hand here, that has a little bit of perspective thanks to this bone here controlling the fingers. You can see how it works here. And we'll be finishing by doing her face so that she can turn it a little bit up and down, see how much. And we'll also make the earrings move as well. We'll have to make this float, make the smoke move a little bit, and maybe move the chains too, like shaking by the same wind that is shaking her cloth and everything, and of course the effect here in the middle. So we quite have some things to do. Oh yeah, I forgot, by the way, to open the chat rooms. I'm not seeing if anybody wrote in there. Yeah, hello Eri, hello chat. And Antonov said, hello Erika, glad to see you. Glad to see you too. Thanks for tuning in on the stream again. Hello chat. Yeah, now I'll be hearing beeps again. Maybe it even appeared here, but I missed it. It's not a day if I don't forget to do something, isn't it? So, let's place this down here. I love looking at matrix, by the way. And let's choose, maybe I'll go straight with the face so that we do something that usually interests quite some people. Although I've repeated this countless times on stream to this point. So, oh yeah, I have to go here, okay. I turn this image into a mesh by clicking here, and then I go edit mesh. I create a new mesh, and then I start doing the outer cage. We'll later add the points inside. So I can start from whatever place I want. I'll pick this because it has a clear angle. And I'll go from there. Okay. Following the natural shape that the mesh has. So, since the eye is touching the border of the drawing, it means that we won't be able to turn this face frontally, for example, because we would need to have the eye not touching it, of course. So this will be one limitation, nothing too big. I was planning to move her face up and down anyway, and not much to the side this time. So we'll try to focus more on that. So what is this? I guess I can go like this. Okay, maybe like this. Here. And then close this. I could do it like this. Okay. There we go. And I can close it here. So as you saw, I tried to use not too many points, just get the outer shape out of this. I know that people would have probably added more points here on this line, but we're just generally keeping the how do you call it? Contour of the face? Yeah, but the contour sounds like something related to makeup, so. Okay. Next, we will add the inner points here, and I have a technique if you remember. So I'll click create first, and I'll start adding points to the side of things for like the mouth, the nostrils, the eyes, and so on. So the easiest, which is the first that I'll do, first let me deactivate the bones because we have this big bone right in the middle, and we could definitely do without it for now. So create, great. I'll strike a point here, one here, one here. Here I'm not sure because this part is sticking out anyway, so for now I'll leave it be. But definitely one here and one here. Now, her nostrils are incredibly flat. The other nostril seems to end here, so we'll place another point over there. Let's continue with adding points to the side of the features of the face. That's the easy part. Hello there, nice watching Erika, interesting. Hi there, Tyler. Oh, that's cool. Alert, alert. It's a, what's it called? When you mix the letters to form a new word. My English is not helping me. It's probably an international word. Doesn't come to my mind. Hope you're fine, by the way. Thanks for being here on stream. So I'll add one more point here. I would probably have added it more on the up here, but I want to keep it like on an imaginary circle or grid enclosing this. Yes, I was very proud when I came up with it. You should be. And so after doing these sides, this was very quick, we subdivide the inner parts in thirds. So and also we need to do the inner part of the eye. This one is something we can do. Here it's not exactly necessary because, I'll add it anyway, because this will come useful in separating the nose from this part of the face. Hi Erika Selcock. Oh, more new names I haven't read before. Welcome. As said, so we did this inner part, and now we'll start subdividing this. Let's start with the eye because it's the easiest. So we said dividing things in thirds. It means that we add 2 points at 1/3, 2/3, so that we have 1, 2, 3 segments for the eye. This usually yields the best results for something that is curved, as if we did something with a point here in the middle, it would look spiky. Thanks, dear. Now let's add one more point here, and in this case, since this eye is already in kind of perspective, I could even restrain from adding the third part because of the perspective. Otherwise, let's see. Yeah, so basically this is the actual side of the eye, and here we have a third and the other third. So we end up with having a sort of square in the middle. Square and 2 triangles, okay? So you can visualize it too. Now I'll add Do we want to make her blink? We could even try this. I'm not sure though. So for sure, I want to add bones. If you remember the GIF that I posted on Skeletember, I illustrated how this whole thing worked. It's basically having imaginary lines crossing your face vertically and horizontally, which means that if we keep on going with this, this connects with this vertex here, and we probably want to have one more point here, one here, and I don't know, but it feels like this point should totally belong here since there's this clear line, and I just forced the line to ensure that it stays there. Like you see, it was connected this way, and then I added a line in here. Hi Totoscox! Nice emoji. Now, I want also to connect this one over there. I'm not sure if I want a straight line. I'll add one here for now. And in case it's not needed, I'll remove it because I feel like it belongs there. So as said, we're doing this outer cage. I keep calling them cages because in my mind it's like I see the lines as cages. Anyway, I'm going to, now in the beta version of Spine, you can also activate dimming so that it's easier to see these lines that I'm talking about. So let's go on with this. And I'll add a point here and a point here. And I guess it's, easier to see the structures in this case. Probably force it like this. No, probably doesn't matter. And in case it will be bad, remember, things can always be fixed. Also later on the go while you're doing things, so nothing is set in stone. I can definitely add point here and here and here. But I want this to be straight. I don't want this part to be destroyed. Then, in this case, well, it's pretty easy. We are going to place the two vertices on the spike. And we'll have to try and follow this drawing. Probably this is a good place. And probably this too to retain the shape. And then one at the top. So we ended up adding this one. But here we have nothing instead. So I definitely want these 2 points to be connected. And in this case, what's useful is to have like an imaginary line that continues. So the next point we want is here. So that makes this part of the nose. We also probably want this to be connected in this way and this way. Yeah, so it retains the shape. Then we definitely want one point here and a point on the tip of the nose and another one here. So now we're doing this part of the nose. We also want a point here and a point here to state that this is the shape. Then 2 on the upper lips. Unsure if I need more here. I probably need one in the middle or not. No, probably like this. And this. And then we'll want this. Okay, this could work. I might need to do some adjustments, like for example on this one. And this connected this way. Nice. Then I don't like that this bone touches these 2 parts of the border. It's dangerous. So in this case, because normally here I would have additional points to separate this part from this part, So I'm going to isolate it by adding a point here, so that the nose is not touching that border. I create a line here and another one here, so that now this part is safe. Okay, well, since we did one bone there, I want to add another one there. Okay, next, if we descend, it's probably this. So we got this part, and we want also to separate this part of the hairstyle over there. Okay, next, this is fine. I'm wondering if I should add one more point. For now, I'll leave it like this and see how it works. If it will need more working on it, I'll add more points. So as said, we also want this and this to separate that part. I'm unsure about this one. It's all like meshed together in this part, so for now I'll leave it as it is. It's a problematic part. Now we also have the middle parts. Okay, I'm going to do this and this to save this diamond, or no, it's not a diamond. What is it? A ruby? Yeah, a ruby ornament on her face. Then I want here to have a triangle. Okay, so the shape seems to suggest that this part is more on the out than the rest, so I'm going to move these points. I'm going to modify it. Here, here, this is definitely... Seems slightly more correct to me. Okay. And then I'll add one more point here, and then one here, and then we need to make the contour of her face. So add points to separate the face from the hair, basically. Well, we can start from the ear because the ear is easy. We just click at the base, at the top here, and then this part is already separated. Then we do inner part here, inner, and well, I usually add one point here in the middle so that I can fake depth and leave the rest. Like if more detail is needed, then I'll add more points. Otherwise, like this is fine. Now, going on this line, I'm adding this point here because I added a point here. Then I add here on this Vegeta part of the hair. Then I'll want this and this. They're specular. Points to control this part. How it's called that? In Italian it's called diadema, but I don't know in English. It's not the thing girls wear on a daily basis, so it's not part of the usual vocabulary. Anyway, so I forced the line here so that this part would stay as a single piece, same here. And I'll add, I'm not sure how useful it is to add points inside, because it's very dark. Oh yeah, but it's dimmed. Now it's not so dark anymore. Well, the dimming gave me a wrong illusion of what I had in front of me. So I'm creating 2 points here because I had 1 point here and 1 point here, and I want to do that circle or sort of circle here on the inner part. I'm going to remove the dimming to see better what is happening here. Alright, so now I'm following the shape of her hair. And I'm placing the points where the light ends. I should be good with just 1 more point. which could be there, yeah. And then, okay. And then one more point here, one here, probably one here to ensure that this can sort of distort, and we should be good. Hi, the real, the worst. Oh, so many people that I don't know the nicknames of. How are you? Also, I see, I thought there was something else in here, but there isn't, so I'm going to force this line like this, so that it looks nice. Yeah, so I guess we finished with this rig of her face, and I'm going to add bones. Now, I don't remember if I already created bones. Yes, I did. Bravo, Erika. Now I'll bind, oh, where is it? I'll bind these bones to the mesh. So I'll select the mesh. Oh, mesh, are you selected? Yeah, okay. And click bind. Oh, fine, thanks. I'll be stalking your videos for a while before finally saying hi. Oh, thanks for taking the courage. I appreciate that, and thanks for watching the streams. Hope you found them useful. I talk a lot, but on my own, just on stream. I'm learning to talk a lot. So, as said, be binding these two bones, the head bone that I already made in the last stream, and the tip of the nose. I might want to create a second bone to create the illusion of depth. For that, I could actually reuse this bone. Yeah, cheap, easy way. I'll do it this way. So I'll select, let's make a transform constraint that uses the hair as the inverse bone that will follow this one. They also seem to draw a nice line from here to there. I don't know if you can see it with the eye of your mind. Anyway, I'll select the hair bone and then click New, Transform Constraint, and then select the tip of the nose. Head control, yeah, okay, totally fine. Next thing we want to do absolutely is press Match, because if we don't, the bone will go wandering about all by itself. Next, we set the translate to -100. We also need to make sure that link sliders is unchecked, otherwise also the rotation will be copied and we don't want that. We want to be able to rotate this independently. Okay, so now if I move this, beautiful, look at their face, totally 3D. Well, this is deforming nicely, I like that overall. So now let's make it actually move as it should. Okay, so we had this test animation, but I'm going to have a new one. Yeah, for the boobs. To have this part only rotated, I'm going to remove these keys, they're distracting me. Cancel. And I'll have this move. Oh yeah. I'll have this move up and down to test my rig. So I'll key the translation here, and then I'll place some more keys. Very useful. You're very good at using spine rigging meshes. It's something I keep struggling with. Won't disturb you any further. No, please, absolutely. If you have any questions or you want to tell me about what you ate today, you can absolutely do it. I feel like I have someone I'm engaging with on the stream and that I'm not talking here all alone. So I appreciate really whenever any of you writes a comment, okay? And now I'll move this. For example, isn't she beautiful? Here, I'm going to take a screenshot for my collection. Oh, forgot. That's the wrong. Here, I'm saving this screenshot. Oh, where is it? I took a very big screenshot. It went on another screen. Whatever. It needs to go in my collection, so here it is. Saved. Okay, so I have my test animation And now we have to get rid of this very funny outer weight to start with a clean slate. Yeah, so I definitely need to add also this bone to the binding, and since I'm adding this one, I should probably remove the head. I don't actually need it, cause the way we're going to do it, I'll stop it. We can actually select everything, set here to 100%, then select head control and set it to 50%. Now, if I leave it 100% like this, it's totally following this bone, okay? But if I change this so that it follows at 50%, the other bone basically stays in place, like this. So I'm saving. And now let's add the depth that this girl is lacking. Ah, I also forgot about my tea. Yeah. Delicious. Now, for sure, we know that the tip of the nose is going to be the most influenced one. So yeah, look at that beauty. No, but really, a quick way to start, here with the tip of the nose, but the easiest way is to use the brush tool, set it to something like, I don't know, 30-40%, I'll set it to 40. I'll also get the size almost as big as her head, and then start, yeah, and then start painting this only in the middle. Maybe her chin too. Alright, now we'll have to adjust it, but I'll try to redo it. I'll lower to 35. 35 is usually a good number. I'll go over like this. Okay, and this gives us a starting point, and then we set the hair to also influence this part in the back. Now, that is definitely too strong. We want it to like 14. 14 should be fine. So that we give this illusion that everything turns as it should turn, although it's not. Altery, hi! Hello Erika, hello chat. Oh, so many people, that's great. How are you? Are you also using spine? I suppose yes, well, asking, you know. Okay, so once we get this in a semi-spherical way, yeah, you see, it's basically a ball, we can then start using direct mode. What frames per second do you usually like to work at? I just leave them at 30 frame per second. I'm going to move myself so you can see. You can see anyway. Yay, bye. So it's 30 frame per second, and I usually work at 100% speed, but when I make an animation too fast, I'm going to slow it down. Like, I usually prefer the 24 frames per second, but since spine is automatically set to 30 frames per second, I ended up getting used to 30 frames per second instead. Although my favorite one remains 24 frames per second, like, you know, more traditional animation. Like, yeah, so I was about to start using the direct control, so let's switch to pies again. Let's zoom in. Look at that evil face, pretty evil face. That's the face. Doesn't she look like the guy We Are Number One of the meme, like Steven Johansson, the bad guy from Lazy Town? Anyway, I want this to make her look like something from this world again, slightly. So her chin will follow her face better. Now the chin part is a delicate question. This should be okay. which means that we basically have an imaginary pivot here, something like that. Then since we set the chin like that, okay, I have to switch here. I'm going to give these points that are all in the same place a similar value as well. Basically, this is the easiest way. I mean, creating an animation where everything turns, so you don't have to keep moving your bones, like you get it totally right in a position, then you move it in another position, and it looks like it's the ugly cousin of I don't know, Frankenstein. And so let me change values here. There we go. This one too. So I highly recommend the animation approach like this. Did you notice I tend to forget what I'm talking about? It's tragic. I was thinking about that earlier. How can I lose my thoughts like that? Well, anyway, so now I'm trying to adjust very briefly the mouth. I think I'm going to leave it for now. I'll just go back now. Guess I'm going to leave it like this. Let's look at it. Yeah. She has kind of a stupid smile. Oh, we like you anyway. And I'll try to make her nose stick out for real this time. So these two will probably have a similar value. I can get it to 100%. No, maybe 100% is too strong. That's where I want to slow it down, so I can look at the atrocities that I made at a slower pace and appreciate them in all of their awesome beauty. Okay, something like this seems okayish. That tends to happen as one gets older. To lose one's thought? Yeah, I guess I was always like that though, which is more tragic. Either I was born old, or I just have a weird train of thoughts. Or it's a sign of, yeah, let's be positive. I'm actually getting wiser. I have more thoughts? Yes, definitely wiser. So I hope. But anyway, I'm going to adjust this one. I'm basically making her nose in front of you as a straight thing. It's not very realistic, but whatever. So since these two stick out that much, I'm going to need to also make this two pop out a little more. And then have this more inwards. So, for example, in here, these parts will have a similar weight. Nice. Let's test it. Now, we probably have a mesh problem in here. DG Jim, a wise man knows he knows nothing. Jon Snow. Yes, you have too many thoughts in your mind to keep them all sorted out. Yeah. Yeah, that's the positiveness we need. Happens to me a lot when I try to do two things at twice. So you try to concentrate and work while explaining it to us, I would lose all my thoughts. Yeah, that's the thing. And they say women should be able to multitask better, but that's sexist to say. I don't know. Okay, let's not start the sexist conversation because I don't agree with a lot of that stuff. And focus on her brows. We need to make her brows stick out a little more, like she's more. There. Like this. Bilingual suffer from it more as they are constantly translating. You know, I'm bilingual. I'm half Polish and half Italian, and I started my life knowing Polish and then spoke Italian the rest of the time and then learned English. So it's a wreck. I can't multitask either. Am I a woman then? I don't know. I don't know how this works. I didn't want to say anything about gender anyway. I thought like women were supposed to be better at this or something like that, someone said, to despise me. But turns out it's untrue. Io sono mezzo inglese e mezzo spagnolo. You said it like this sounds totally Italian. So is the mezzo? Mezzo? It's like the Z in Italian. That's cool. Capisco un poco di italiano. Oh, so good! That's actually awesome. Bravo! Okay. What was I doing? Here, I was fixing her eyes. Let's go back to fixing these eyes. Let's check the mesh a little bit for this. We need an additional point here because this point that it's supposed to be inwards is also making this brow inwards. So either we could do it also this way. Yeah, let's do it the cheap way, which will be this one. Oh, I connected the wrong point. Ah no, I made an entirely new point. Ok. Più di lo posso parlare. Io sono italiano. Are you? Parlo inglese per rispetto della chat. That's very nice. He says he speaks in English for the rest of the people. That's so nice. Where are you from? I know some Italian too. Spaghetti marinara and farfalle. Yeah, very good. That's the important words. Food. Now, I was fixing this and you already can see that this behaves way better. I'll go backwards to let you appreciate the difference. So here you can notice, especially when it comes to this frame, that this part gets too taken inside. While after adding this point, you could totally see it move up and retain its shape instead. Hey Erika, how much time do you usually spend on Photoshop? I mean, organizing layers, separate them, etc. Thanks. Depends. If you watch past streams, quite a lot of time. But I think that the time that you spend on organizing your project is time very well spent, because it's time that you save later from headaches. But usually tagging layers is something rather quick, especially if you use scripts to help you during the process, or you go copy paste, and that speeds up everything. I love to learn languages, speak Catalan also, now learning Japanese, that's so cool! I actually know a bit of Japanese as well, because I studied it for 2 years in high school, but I almost forgot. I don't say most of it, but, well, definitely just an A1 level. So I know a bit of German, but I forgot that one too, and a bit of French. But my grammar in French is embarrassing, so don't tell French that I know French. I can understand, I speak it awfully. It's a fun language, yeah, Japanese. And it's very similar to Italian in the pronunciation, and it's also very easy, like the structure is that one. The verb is always at the end, like in German. Oh, okay, so it's like this. And it's fine. Languages are interesting. Okay, so you see this? I was like, whoa, astonished because this was behaving in a weird way. And it's because these lines all converge there, and they're not respecting the lines of the drawing. So what we do now is we force, for example, this to follow this point instead, so that this can deform in a more peaceful way. I'll also, though, add an additional point here that I'll connect to this part here, so that I can fake a slightly more depth just in this part. fade to depth like a poet. There, something like this. I guess this is fine. I probably exaggerated with this one. Something like this. Okay. Reading the chat, totally, even though I had a hard time in managing slot and bones tagging to work fine together. Oh yeah. Also, the concept of slots is like when I learned spine some years ago. I couldn't understand why slots were in images and how slots were actually nothing. So if you're having problems with that, I totally get you. Okay, I need to connect this point with this because this point, this vertex, shouldn't be touching the nose. So that's the fix that I just did. And it's better. And that's one complicated mesh. So here I kind of like how it looks like without too much effort. I'm still thinking that maybe the nostril shouldn't be that squashed to the inside. Let's do it like this. But this part here is problematic. It's not inside enough. And if I make it inside, it gets slightly too distant. Yeah, it gets inside in this weird way. Let's try to add the mesh again. So maybe a solution to this is to add an additional point. Or to make sure that this part and this don't touch, like this. Let's try it out. Disaster! Okay. So that one was a bad idea, but this is supposed to work better. So let's go to this extreme part. Such a nice face. Here. Okay, this was cool. I'm going to adjust the points manually so that she has a decent shape of the eye here. Oh, the chat room. Alright, I have to get back to work. Good luck on the rest of the stream. Thanks for jumping and hope to see you next time. Bye. Wow. Okay. Now I have to restart. I had a hunch that one that looks good in one position would look bad in another. Yeah, it was bound to happen. So let's get her to this other extreme where she looks like she's not the brightest person. Okay, let's give her a bit of a better shaped eye. So I suppose this part, this shape is something we'll never get her to. We can say that we tried. No, but this part here needs to move as well. Otherwise it's really bad. Checking again. Man, it's slightly better. This part here, it's weird. Stopping here to get this to make sense. Still looking slightly weird. But as we said, we don't need this extreme, you know, since we don't need it, I'm not going to push it this far. Problem solved. Yay. Oh, by the way, got a question about meshes. A very stupid one. Nah, there's not stupid questions. Is there a way to key meshes along the timeline? I've tried morphing them, but apparently that change lasts for the whole timeline. Yeah, I'm not sure that's clear enough to understand. So what you did is direct mesh deformation, something like this, that if you do it, for example, at frame 5 and you do this, and then you let the animation go, it just stays there. You don't want to do direct deformation, trust me, especially if you have a mesh with a lots of points like this, because performance-wise, it's terrible. Plus, if you're going to do some serious animations with direct deformation, well, prepare for pain, because that's the road that lies ahead of you. The easiest and safest way to deal with meshes is to deform them through bones, like I'm doing now. So binding them and then editing the weights and moving the bones instead. Yeah, pain is the word. Yeah, I know that pain. I probably already said this like 30 times. In my first job, we did this cape with spine. So, and it was for an attacking animation. So it was a fighting video game. And we had to readapt this damn cape to every movement, and whenever you move a bone you have to readapt all the tiny points of the cape, and it's just no life to live. It's terrible, and I don't recommend this pain to anyone. Like, I tried it and I know that it's bad and you shouldn't do this. And you can never make changes again without dying. Exactly. Programming in my job always control performance. It doesn't let me make full effect because of burning PC. Yeah, no, right? He's good. Listen to him. He knows what he's saying. By the way, how come you're a biologist but also an animator? That's so cool, Vetrovnik. I was thinking about that the other day. Yeah, so I wanted to select this, and I feel like this specific point is too out here. It makes her face too much of an egg, in my opinion. Okay, so I wanted to lower this slightly. And this point too. Better. And this too, like this. Very nice. Not so nice, I'm kidding. So now select this. I'm a bit sad that I won't be doing any more of these backgrounds. This is the last one, and that next time, who knows what I'll be doing. I have to think about it. It's been great to rig these beautiful images. Arders. Oh wait. Oh my god, that's what I did for my first character at work. I did all the 3D effect by moving every point manually. Crazy. I know what you did. I felt it. And I don't envy you, absolutely. Of course, a lot more points to compute it all. Truth be told, I'm using an engine I can only feed with PNG sequences, so that kind of performances is not an actual issue. But still not the best of practices. Yeah, but just like if you need to edit something or expand on the number of animations or add new skins, it's far easier if you have bones to control the parts instead. Also, hello Erika, this looks super cool. Hi Arders! How are you? Okay, I'm lowering the influence of this a little bit. Lowering, not raising. Again, go. Nice. Almost nice. There's this thing here. Okay. So here I want it to stick out a little more. Here too, because this hair clearly seems to be up. Okay, let's play it again. This can be slightly more up too. Like this. Maybe this too, I don't know. Something like this. And then this part too. Nice. Well, biology wasn't my real passion. It was something like that I have to do something, go for any studies, but drawing studies or animation don't look like money giving for parents, and I was too weak to just say I'm going to do animations and drawing them would be good. Sounds like the story of my life. But I stumped the fruit at some point. After studies, more life experience, I finally decided, but now have a lot of job to make up for years which I lost for studying something else. That's so cool! Biology was like, oh, I was quite well with that subject at school, so I'll study design, we will see. I see. That was one of my favorite subjects in high school as well. But I'm bad with numbers, so it couldn't have worked in my case. Natural selection did its course as well. Which is funny and tragic at the same time. Okay, so I'm still fixing the shape of the head by it goes on feeling. If you're asking with what principle I'm doing it now, I'm just watching the how the deformation is working and just adjusting, like I try on one side. If I see it spikes too much, then I do it on the other side until it looks good, more or less. So like this now, so I raise it a little bit and now it looks fine. So that's the secret trick to it. I guess I'll fix also the ear because it looks terrible at the moment. Looks very flat. So 1, 2 and 3, or just 1, 2, it's not that important. I'm going to raise them up. For sure this needs to be slightly less or slightly more. Something like this, yeah. Then this one here doesn't need to get that back. Can actually be here. This one too. Okay, so that it stays in place more or less. Here we make this part a bit more like it follows the rest of the face. Then this part here goes into deep. Something like this could almost be fine. I don't know, maybe I'm deforming it too much. Let's try it again. Okay, this seems to make sense. Sorry people for such text, but really like to narrate. My and other hobbies are astronomy, particle physics and personal development, psychology a bit too. We actually have very similar interests, you know? If you look at my bio on these direct chapter form, I have similar things. But I also added tea and dogs. I'm playing the bus. But in my case, they stayed a hobby. Okay, so I'm going to lower this one a little bit. Oh, lower. Well, this part could use a little less influence too. Because otherwise her face is like a giant ball. Okay, I'm going to slow it down again so I can select the various parts. So I'm trying to do that inward, then cheek, then inward again. The real worst. Ah, coffee and cats here, sorry. Oh, it's the totally opposite. If I weren't afraid of cats, maybe I would have even one. I just have very bad experiences with cats. Okay, so I'm going to try have this on the inside. I need it 100%. This seems fine. Try to select this one. Nice to hear that. Watching your streams will be even better. Yeah, if you want to talk about biology, science, or any of that, I'm always up for the talk. Me and cats really don't like each other. Oh, you too? I'm totally dog lover, especially Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu have a lot of skin. I never met a Shih Tzu. Personal favorites are probably golden retrievers. Same here with dogs. So the opposite. That's not really the reason why I wouldn't go for one. Too much commitment. It's like raising a baby who never grows up. Yeah, that's true, but like they love you so much and they're so nice, so smart. I don't know, I grew with a dog, so I'm used to their presence. Can't say the same with cats. Oh damn, I shouldn't have moved that. Okay, let's try again. I want this to be more in the back. Or like this, yeah. And the same for these ones. So it's good for that, but this one can be even more in the back or in the front. Something like this. Okay, so there's deformation, but it's very, very slight. So nothing too visible. I'm not entirely convinced by this part here. Probably fix it. Cats don't love anybody and we love them for this. Yeah, I need some love in my life. The love only a dog can give you. I don't think I would go that well with a cat instead. And I understand why people love the independence of cats and everything. Like when they like you, it's because they really like you and not because they are just loyal to you, like maybe you would say about dogs. So there's that. Oh, that's true. Love your cat. Love you can get from a dog. It's 100% different. To be honest, I find it hard to define my cat's love as love. Feels more like they tolerate me in a nice way. And as long term as I feed them. Aww. Yeah. I mean, they're very playful, but oh well. Oh really, Shih Tzu is another dimension of meaning dog. They have so human reaction and are so funny. My parents have one and each time when I met them there are tons of funny and happiness. Oh hi Shake, what their mama gave ya. That's one nice emoji. That's a trending emoji lately. I've seen it a lot. Like, not specifically on Twitch, I mean like... And I hope you got it. Oh, nice, nice. Let me see this without bones. Oh, I should have left it like it was. Or not. Ah yeah, I forgot to fix her beautiful mouth. How do we do this? More crying emojis. Also I have to, I guess I'll make it even larger. Who cares? There, large. No, that was... I can't enlarge it. Oh, whatever. So back to this. Let's fix her mouth. 25% speed, so I have an easier time selecting the parts. And let's move this. Let's see. I'll try to move this slightly up. Let's try it now at 100%. Maybe I want, yeah, this part here of the smile to not be that up, but more like this. So it looks like it makes more sense. Here too. Okay, so when her face is up, her nose is still looking funny. Try to adjust that. More like this. Well, of course she doesn't have a real nostril, but that's the best she can get. So she gets that. Still wonder, what if I get this part? I'll be less influenced by that. Okay, I'll be right back to the chat room. Are you playing any computer games? Yeah, I'm actually obsessed with this game. It's Don't Starve Together. And there's a lot of Russians and Polish people on it. Like, hell a lot. I guess it's my Polish blood then that says you must play that game. It's your new obsession. They have this special event at the moment and it's going to end very soon, so I'm playing every afternoon after work. Almost every. Do you play anything? Hey Kay! Erika, you look a vocalist from a rock band today. Actually, this is the t-shirt of an amazing band. It's two brothers. One plays the drums and the other one plays the bass and sings, and they are awesome. My favorite song by this band is something I can say out loud on stream because it would be a bad word, but they are so good, so amazing. Most of you, like if you're more into pop music or something more soft, you probably won't like them. I've been to a concert, like they're like at least 75-year-old and they still do concert in small places. You know it, haha. They're amazing. I wanted to show my appreciation. Also, if you've noticed, it's a cow here because I was inspired by our talk yesterday, although it's totally unrelated besides the fact that it's a cow. So you're listening to rock mostly. You could say it's rock, indie music, yeah. Okay, so I consider the face completed because I can spend more time on this. Can spend the whole time on this. And as soon as I said that, I started modifying something else. That's how I do things. Yeah. Okay, so I'm saving. And I'll try to place this into... What is this? Why is this happening? That's very funny. I didn't expect this. Oh wow. Well, I'll have to clearly remove that key because it was just a surprise. Hi Kay, says Arders. Yeah, listening to rock. Probably already answered that. I like that Cab for Cutie. It's my favorite band for now, which is, I don't know, some people would call it depressing rock or something like that. I guess I removed the shear key and the scale key. Yeah, at this point I can't have it anymore. It's still moving. Why? Because it's rotating, that's why. Suppose I made a mistake. Shouldn't have used this bow. All good on you. How have you been? Okay. Okay, since I have this problem, that was one big mistake to make. So let's see, how can I fix this problem? I'll probably duplicate this bone and then apply the weights so that I can keep both. I'll let you know. Yeah, this should be fairly easy to replace. So what I'll do is this. I go in setup mode. Since I finished this, let me put chapters. So I did a mistake and I want to have this not deforming the face because I already placed an animation on it. So I'm going to duplicate this. Like, how did I think about it, didn't I? I'm going to make a copy. Yeah, and I'm going to duplicate all the keys for this so that I have this saved somewhere. Beautiful. Now, since it's like this, I'm going to okay, this is the copy and this is the original. So the original is going to lose the inside that it had. All of these things are going to be gone so that only this bone stays. And this is still attached to the head, but it will soon lose, also change the length to 0, so it becomes this sort of one. And now what I need to do is just remove the keys here. And now, as you saw, this was successful. So I separated this bone that I accidentally made animation to without thinking that this part would have animations and would deform this face into 2 separate bones. Yay, success! So now I can, and of course, beside that, I also want to parent this to this bone so I will follow it if I decide, for example, to move the head like this. Perfect. Excellent, thanks. Erika, can you give me another example on when is the best time to use the update bindings? Thanks. Oh, well, on this one it will be hard because we don't have anything that requires that. How could I show to you update bindings? Thinking. I can try on something. Remind me next time, because this time I want to finish this in one stream, but the next time I'm going to start something entirely new. I will show you update bindings next week, okay? Oh, you've been worrying? Oh, now it's already 2 people. It will be harder for me to just not show it to you. How do I show it? Sure. Okay. Let's see. Let's try something real quick. Yay, all my private things exposed. Not that I have anything to, but you know. So let's see, what would I be using it on? I have to find something. I don't know. I don't even know what that is, so I'm also interesting. She has memory on her PC. I have lots of memory, maybe I have, yes. Then had to make some magic and back in time to hear what you did answer about playing games, phone called. So I don't start several times, it looks great, I've never tried this yet, so that's multiplayer that you met the Russian and Polish players. Yes, actually I'm trying to pick only one game because of time, that's Battlefield Series 1 and 5 now. Cool, I guess we should definitely keep this conversation going, but now I'm about to show, since it's so highly requested by people, oh damn, well whatever, you're going to see my secret files in there. I have so much stuff. That's Dobby the dog, Dobby the free dog. Oh, you can see it. Well, anyway, I have to find an image that I have so much random stuff. Okay, whatever, let's search in some other folder. I need some images that show a pose and then a different pose, and we want to reuse the same pose for both. That's the principle. So I need to find the images though. That's the hard part. So I'll try to go, oh yeah, I know, I will go in here maybe. Mustache, spirit, arm, bird. What bird is the actual one I'd use it for? Let's try something else, but I should have a Mexican guy somewhere. Fisherman, flame. Oh, we can do it on the fisherman. Yeah, let's do it quickly on the fisherman. So let's open the fisherman here. I'm going to... Do you remember this guy here? So I already did the fisherman in the ideal pose. So there's that. But, okay, give me a second because I want to create chapters for this. I'm showing update bindings now. And let's say that we have the arm and I rig this arm nice and straight, you know, but maybe I have an alternate image for this, which is curved. So how do I make this image reuse the same bones that this other image was using? And that's where update bindings comes in help. That's a seagull. Yeah, that's a fisher pelican. It's a pelican in theory. Seagull, yeah, more or less. Realization hit me. Yeah, it's a pelican. I actually used image references for a pelican. That's why I nicknamed it the fisher pelican. Anyway, so we said, now pay attention because I'm going to show you how to use the update bindings. So as said, we have the straight arm and it's already bound to this bone. This arm is perfect and that's what I would use in the final version. You can also bend this way, and that's absolutely how you'd want an arm to be rigged. Straight, and then you bend it, and not the opposite way, because bending it when it's straight will just suck. So anyway, we want to add this new arm. Did I? Yes, okay. So we switch to arm bend, and you see that it has nothing bound right now, okay? So what I do is I bind it to this bone, and then to a bone that I know that it's not moving or influencing this for the sake, where is the root? Here is the root. So I bound it to the root, okay? Now, the next thing we want to do, now it tried to move the influence totally to the arm, which will mean that it will deform with it, but we don't want that. So instead, we move all the weights to the root. So I select this, I press Ctrl, I select all of them, raise the influence to 100, and now it's fixed in place. Only the root influences it. Now for the sake of this, we definitely want to have a new animation that we'll call armband or something, because that's the animation where instead we'll go to move these bones in place with this, okay? And if we now change the weights to the arm to adapt it, like for example like this, you'll see that, yeah, this more or less matches it, but this should not match it at all. Yeah, it doesn't align with it. So how do we get it to align without wrecking our other mesh? And that's where update bindings comes in help. So we said we move the weights to the root because these bones were slightly moved, okay? Then we press update bindings. What it does, it tells to the mesh, these are the bones of your new setup pose, okay? This is like the setup pose for your mesh. Forget about the pose that you had before. This is the new configuration. And you can click it during an animation like this. At the frame you do it, that's how it will stay. Remember when I changed the weights like a minute ago for this? I now raise them and it stays in place. While if we go back in animate mode, it is now trying its best to be straight. And if I change here, you see that it's moving. Well, before I pressed update bindings, that's in this pose, it would stay in place. So this is how update bindings works and why it's useful for you. It's a huge benefit if you're doing characters that have different poses, for example, or different angles. Yeah, got it? As you can. Okay, so I hope this explains it. That's the function. Basically, it allows you to use the same bones in a totally different pose for the mesh that you want, by setting it during an animation, or if you want in setup mode, but I don't recommend to ever touch the bones in setup mode. And I totally recommend to have an animation to store the position of these new bones. Also because it's easier to then copy and paste this, or to modify weights if you need them later. I can now die in peace, okay. Inception, but I like those water reflections. True heretics in the spine. No problem. Okay, so I'll go back to Delilah. I'll discard changes. I know that the concept of the update bindings, it's a bit complicated. I had Nate re-explain it to me like at least 10 times. So, and back we are. What were we doing? Ah, yeah, we were about to create an animation for the face. That's what we'll do. So we'll have her move her nose in some way. I'm actually not entirely convinced about the whole animation, but for now, leave it be. Whatever, I'll just move it a little bit. And maybe I'll adjust it later, or I don't know. So maybe when it's here, I like it. So I'll key the translation. And when it's here, I raise it a little bit like this. So that it's something really slight. So the fact is, you want to exaggerate a lot the poses when you're doing the rigging, but then when you're actually animating, you don't need to actually push it that far. Although exaggeration is good in animation. Okay, so all that time just to achieve this. I don't know, maybe I'll exaggerate it a little more. But we have something. You asked to be me. Hello, Erika. Hi, how are you? Okay. Oh, I also wanted to make the eye rings to move a little bit. Okay, so when it's going up, that's where it should go this way. I don't know, I'll key just the rotation like this, and then in the opposite way, and then just offset it. Yeah. So I'll go graph, apply some standard curves, and then offset this until it makes sense. Now it doesn't make sense. Okay, so when it's down, yeah, that's where it should start doing its thing. Or maybe this was almost fine. Yeah, maybe have to try. I maybe have to change the curves instead. So this and this, and let's change it so that it reaches the ear faster, but not like that. That looks not. Well, I tried. Nope. Just wanted a little bit of everything. Trying out some things. Wait 1 or 2 times per week to see you. I'm fine now. Yeah? Okay. Offsetting this again. No. What am I doing? Okay, let's try to go with the normal curves again. That's where it's down. So if it's down, it should be like this. Okay, that's good. How about linear? Bad idea. I'll go back to linear here. Ah, that's a problem. How could I not see it? The fact that when it's here, it should be more up. So that it's the same as the other one. That's why it didn't seem strong enough. Okay, so if I now try to do this, it should work. Except when it's not working. The real words. Ah, Erika, one more question if you don't mind. Of course I don't mind. What about resizing sprites? I'm a sucker for optimization. The lighter file, the happier I am. You find an open door here. And I hate asking my coder to do that via code. But we need it for some recent animated sequences I've wrapped. Unfortunately, and of course, scaling down sprites in images folder didn't adjust bonus lengths, so I had to batch scale down a whole bunch of sequences instead. Sequences? So the question is there a way to scale down a scale down? Yeah, of course. I have since this is an often asked question, I bookmarked the answer on the forum. I'm going to post it. Let's see. It's in my bookmarks and it's file related. Editor frame rate, performance issues, black borders. It's probably this one. Let's check. No, it's not that one. Let's see. Where will it be? Release. I even posted it last week. So it's new size. I don't remember. I bookmarked it and then I forgot where I put the bookmark. That's totally me. Where is, there it is. Okay, I have to move it in the right folder. That's it. So if you follow this link, you'll find it both for upscaling and downscaling. Nice, nice. I might, no, I won't. I'll keep it like this. Or yes. I might attempt to scale this bone like this. Oh, offset. I hate the new offset setting. Preferred it how it was earlier. Copy, paste, copy, paste. That didn't work as I wish it worked. Whatever, I'm not going to do it. But I have the other earring that I wanted to also slightly animate. So I'm going to do it now. Of course, it goes in front of her face. I'm going to change the draw order. Hope that's enough. Yeah, it worked. Great. You're right, thanks. Nice. I always wondered that. These streams are so useful. Good. Yeah, and the cool thing is that you can ask basically directly to me. So you should totally do it. I'm like here for this reason. To shed away the doubts. Okay, I want it this way. And then I want it this way. And then I want a slight offset like this. So that they are not exactly in super synchronization, synchro stuff. Nice. I see. And the earrings are okay for me. Maybe I just want, yeah, when it's here, I actually want it to be translated so that it covers the ear. And then I want it to be as usual here. Copy, paste. I have offset enabled. Nice. I save again. Cool. Okay. So after adding a bit of additional animation to that, let's switch to do an easy thing such as the arm behind. So I'll deactivate for now this magical cube and its crystals, etc. Here, phew, they all get disappear. Okay, this too. Except for this. What did I deactivate then? The crystals. Whatever. We don't need those for now as well. So this is magic. I'm going to remove the magic for now. And let's do the hand. So I'll create a mesh, edit mesh, new mesh, as usual. And now let's rig this hand. So if you have a hand that is one piece, you probably want to have straight line that goes from here to here, another straight line, and then this is the crucial part where you'd want to have closer points. Now we also have the help of the mesh itself, and then a point here, and then something for this hand. Can actually enclose this hand like this, and maybe deform a little bit the fingers like this. Okay, and then I go here, here, and I finished it. Now we already have these nice lines that are separating the mesh, so I'll try my luck with that. I might want to add some more. Oh, this should be cool for deforming the fingers. I might want to have one here for this one finger that would have behaved strangely. This one won't move, yeah. Or yes, no, it won't move, it will be fine like this. Probably don't actually need this point unless I do this, so that this part can bend. So in that case, I'm going to move this slightly more down to match this line with this line here. It could work. So now I'm going to bind this to the various bones. So 1, 2, 3, and I want to add an additional point for the fingers. An additional bone, not point. So I go create. I make the bones visible. I select this one. I'll create this additional bone here. Seems to be an R. Could even create it here so that an imaginary line that joins this and this would probably, yeah, have to pivot here. Then it doesn't really matter for the rest. It's just, you know, this part. Yeah, we actually do have, like, the fingers can move to this part here, so it's more or less accurate. It should work. So I'll bind this one too to the mesh. Cool. Now I'll go in animate mode and start animating this a little bit. More than animating, I just need to bend it. So I'll bend it like this. Oh yeah, it looks terrible. So we fix the weights until it looks okay. Close the graph. Let's see. This is it. So if you want to ensure that something goes over, it needs to be the first in the list. This is important, okay? So you know, when you have something like in this case, this part, that you'd actually want this part of the mesh to be in front, you just drag this up and it changed, as you see. Now this would retain it perfectly. So let's see. If we want, so with a normal arm made of flesh and bones, this would almost be acceptable because we wouldn't have this thing around it. But this part of the glove needs to be there. So in this case, we'll need to change, for example, this weight to totally that. I'll edit the mesh a little bit so that it actually influences something instead of being completely irrelevant. I'll have here one more. So I created a small double edge to give it room to deform. I'll go back and I can already do these. Yeah, I got the wrong weights. So this is correct, this is correct. And then instead I get this part to be completely the other bone, so it looks like this. Okay. If I pose it, I actually want this to bend a little bit because it looks very natural otherwise. I'll get this slightly bent too, but just a little bit. We try it now. Well, for what I need in this case, it's totally fine. My recommendation with this is to actually have the two pieces separate. I love the trick, so efficient. Unless it's... No, it's now. Yes. So this trick, yeah, it's efficient, it's nice. Saving. Now the hand is almost good. I don't like that it influences this much the arm, so I'm going to raise the influence of this. Let's try it now. Okay. That's where I'd want to add a small additional edge here to control that part. So like this. So that I can apply that trick again. Get this to 100%. And then this gets to deform more. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Gives me a little bit of room, but I'll also add a little bit of influence on both sides so it's not that rigid. And then I'll use the brush to add some influence here on the tip of the fingers, but first I'll pose it like this, and then I'll use the weights so that I can directly see what happens with these newly added weights. All right. Yeah, now I can control the fingers. Don't need to control them much. When it's up like this, it's very weird. Let's see if I can fix that with some direct deformation. I'm trying to pose it again. I don't know. That's good. Anyway, it's going to do some very small movements, so it doesn't really matter. Selecting this, I remove this dummy animation that I did earlier. And let's see, let's have some fun. So maybe I'll do this, and when it's going up, I could try to have, as always, 25. I get this up like this. I love this. Okay. When you use the pose tool and you have various poses selected, you can use the tip as if you had a key constraint that you never placed. So you can have her do some weird animations like this. Okay. Probably already said this, but repeating doesn't hurt. Okay, so now we got a quick animation. I'm going to apply some quick curves, and then I'm going to offset the various parts. So like this, I select this, offset babe. Then I deselect this, select this, and offset again. And then I select the last one and offset one last time. I remove this. So it looks like she's, whoa, doing something like this. But the movement of the hand is not entirely convincing me, so I'm going to select this. And I'm going to adjust the position of this hand so that it's rotated more downwards like this. Oh, I didn't select adjust. That was why it looks so weird. Okay, I selected offset instead. Now let's do it like this, and it should have changed all of the keys. Yes. Now that's nice. That's 2 down there, so I'm going to move it like this. Finally, I got an angle that I like. Now it's like this. Hi Fabiano! How are you? Been a long time. Super busy here. Yeah, I see. I'm actually happy that you are so busy. There. Stopping it and getting this slightly more up. Deactivating bounce. Can we make her look less flat? Like we could totally improvise a little bit of like when she's doing this. Yeah. I can scale this here so that it's doing this like a bit in perspective, and then scale it normally here. But then if I scale that, I don't want it to scale this, so I'm going to scale it back up so that his scaling world position should be again 1. Yeah, I'm going to totally force it, I don't care. That's not 1, okay, that's 1 and 1. So, oh, set it to 1. Scale 1. 1. Scale 1. No, it just doesn't want to. That's 1. Whatever, I don't care at this point. Copy and paste. You know, so that it doesn't seem so puppet-like. We also use a 3rd dimension we invented. Whoa, oh wow, super busy here. I have 2 big news on the horizon. Our game has been selected for the Nordic Game Conference. That's so cool in Sweden. Whoa. So we have to keep up the work for the Nordic and bring a product that can compete with others, absolutely. And mention spine as you read it. Would using the graph to adjust speed screw the whole animation too much? I thought it might help adding motion variety, perhaps. Yeah, you can totally do it. You just have to make sure that, for example, in this case where I'm scaling it to be different, you counter apply the same value to both. I'm just kind of leaving it like this. Yeah, anyway, that's game which we are doing today got release day. Oh, that's cool. 21 of March 2019. What is the title of your game, Fabiano? Ask Vidrovnik. Saving again. Ours is called Dusk. It's still a very early dev stage, but we already have a trailer. May I spam it here? Absolutely. Post your game. If it's made in Spain, we welcome it. Especially if it's made by you. I know you're amazing. And to the others, if you made a game in Spain, feel free to post the link to the game here in the chat room. Oh, what did I do? I changed page here. Oh, I know Dusk. Oh, you do? By the way, thanks. Vidrovnik. No, it's not that Dusk. If that's the I Am Legend like game. No, it's not that one. Our game is Sweet Revolution. I'm doing animations here. There. Oh, you can post links. If you post them, I'll open them. Okay, so since this hand is finished, I can do something else. What will we do? Might do the chains, so I do all the chains in one go. What's this extra space? Mesh. Here we are. So I'm starting to rig some chains. Edit mesh, new mesh, and then I'm going to do them. Interesting. So at first I'll just do a nice straight line with this. I'll just do it like this. Cool. Damn, shouldn't have closed it. I'll redo it. My idea was to join them all together. So I'll redo this. Here. Then I go down here, up. I unclose this one. I go down again. And then I go here, 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 here. This, done. So we have the first chain. Yeah, I'm just going to use very little points. I don't think I'll be deforming them greatly. Saving. Fabiano just posted a link to a trailer. I'm actually curious to click it, so I clicked it. Let's see what it is. I'm going to deactivate the audio. I must have already seen this. The amazing effects. Yeah, I already saw that. Hear your headphones if you can. Okay, totally not that one. By the way, one I was referring to had to stop Kickstarter campaign because of the title. Hope you had not experienced the same issue. Why? Dusk is not an acceptable name? That looks really climatic, Fabiano, like this dark but fantasy style reminds me of an old game, Oddworld. Oddworld. I think I have it in my wish list, I never actually got it. So, activating bones. I need to create bones to control this. I'm going to do it the cheap way, so a bone here, one. Oh, yeah. The bone is called bone unless while I'm in create mode and I select the root, I then press Ctrl to select this chain, and then I can click and it will have PG chains as name, which is very convenient. So I'll create one more. I forgot, okay, the other one is here. And then I'll want to have one here in the middle. Then I'll reparent this so that it's a parent of the root. Save. For now, no one in the game industry, told us nothing about issues for the name, but I guess could be too much common. Thanks for the hint. Anyway, we plan to find a publisher. I remember this little robot boy because it's a copyrighted game name already, and it seems like the alleged copyright owners complained and blah blah blah, you know the rest. Oh, like the No Man's Sky issue? Oddworld is one of the main references together with Limbo and other old-school platformers. My tea is cold at this point. I totally forgot to drink it. So, chains. After creating the chains, I'm going to bind them as well. So I'm reselecting these chains, click bind, and then add the recently created bones to it. There we go. Then I go in anime mode and I just move them a little bit. Let's try it out to work with this. Yeah. Oh yeah. I love this one. It's just one big chain. It's very unfortunate that this part is moving. And I'm just going to translate it slightly, like really slightly, and then move the various parts too. Nah, translated this much is no good. How about rotating? Yeah, rotating sounds like something that could work better. So on one side, on the other side. Let's check out the effect. This chain is so weird. Because it's an error. They didn't consider that this character will move from its place. Well, at least re-exporting this should be easy. So I'm saving. I feel the vibes, finger crossed. And then there is a Steam powered YouTube. I'm going to click on the YouTube link. That's your game. How's it called? Ah, Dusk. Ah, that's the other Dusk. Survivor horror. Well, that looks cool. By day you are hunter. Sounds cool. And this is the project that apparently was shut down. I remember reading about the guy who made a game with the word scrolls in the title. He got buried in legal fees from Bethesda. Did you animate the rig Armored Knight at the bottom of your overlay? The rail 3D asks. Yes, I did. I animated it in 2 streams ago. It's called Magnus. Also, and if so, is there a VOD or YouTube of it? Yes, absolutely. There's a link down to the YouTube playlist, the Twitch page, etc. with chapters so that you can jump to the specific parts of how it was animated, at least for the last bit. For the earlier bit, I still have to add them. It's a long process. They are very long videos. But yeah, for the last one, there is. I will make sure to add chapters for everything. This one, the last pod, already has them. I'll try my best. Yeah. Thanks, great work, thanks. Do you use Fine? Do you know about it? And there they are looking nicely, I suppose. Yeah, I wanted to move these chains a little bit more. Probably even rotate this a little bit less. It doesn't need that much rotation, just -1, so that it's less intense thing. Rotation here it's 34, and here it's -1. So if let's set it to 30, so that it's similar but not that different. So you can see that there's a little bit of movement but not that much. Or I could set it to 20 so that it's still not that much, but actually a little bit. Yeah, I like it to 20 so that, you know, background. And maybe I'll move one of these points a little bit like this. Trying to learn. I'll ping the team about this so we can talk about it tomorrow with possible publisher. Thanks. Trying to learn it, and then the rewards, that's widely arguable. No one can tell whether it got actually shut down due to copyright issues or because the whole campaign was rumored to be one huge scam. So I can tell. Oh, that's bad. Okay, translate. Oh, I got the wrong one here. Paste. I translated that too little. Well, it's actually basically stuck in place. So here I come. Don't don't like it particularly. Let's offset it. Cool. Let's move this one a little bit as well. Translate, translate. Go. PD translation. And then I'll move this slightly down, like slightly. Could even add some curves. Okay. But then again, yes, glad if my 2 cents were of any help. Your project looks very cool nonetheless. I'm sure Fabiano appreciates it. I wonder if... where is it? Here. What if I offset it so that it's on the opposite way? I'm experimenting. Yeah, I like this. Looks like it makes sort of sense. Then more chains. Let's do more chains. So where are they? I have to find them first. Is this the background? I should have. Oh, that's the more chains I was talking about. So I'll turn this into a mesh, edit the mesh, make a new mesh. I love repeating the word mesh. And then I create here points. I'll have this so that they are one thing together. There we go. All right, here as well. Cool, and then I go back here. Nice. Now I can close this, and I'll have to create the additional points. So I'll create first bone. First I select the root. I am in create mode. I press Ctrl and try to select the mesh of the chains, which will be a bit of an adventure. How do I make sure to select that instead of something else? That's the hard part. I'm just navigating. Like normally Spine has this intelligent system so that when you reach the center of an image, it will select that instead of what level you actually have in the middle. Okay, it's not working, so I'm selecting the chain. Whatever. I'm going to create the first bone here and chains hands be chained because there's a hand there. I'll create one more here. I need to make bones visible. Then I want one here to be able to rotate or do other stuff. One here to control this, one here to control the other end. Great. Now I reparent them to the root. Oh, I selected also the first one. I need to remember to only select this and not the first one so that I can actually select the root. Nice. Now if I select this mesh that it's so hard to select, I can press, where is it? I can press bind and bind it here, here. That's not it. Here, here, and to this bone. Click bind again to complete the process. And then I can switch to animate mode. And yeah, I can have a brief look at the weights. The weights seem fine. Cool. Probably basically not going to move this bone, but just in case. Or maybe I'm going to shake it with this incredibly strong wind. Let's try this to move this, yeah. I don't know, I'll offset it like this. How about offsetting this? Yeah, as expected. So I can do it this much. And this one, I can move it this, here, maximum probably. Here I can do this. And here I can do this. Then I select all of these bones and I key the translation. I have offset enabled. So I reselect these bones again, click to select them and paste them on the last frame to create a loop. And okay, now the loop is obvious, so I'm going to select them all, create a little bit of easing, and then I'm going to offset some parts. Fabiano is sending a face with crossed fingers. I'm sending you crossed fingers as well for the game. Ah, my leg. All right, here we are. I'm going to offset some of these. This one is one I definitely want to offset a little bit. Oh, but actually I can do it this way. Since it's so annoying in the new version, we might as well take advantage of something. There, offset in a casual way. Lateral offset to something that doesn't make sense. Which one is this? Yeah, it's this one. I had my fun, now I have to make it have sense as well. Oh, this could actually have the double of the parts, because it's a shorter chain, so it has a shorter loop. Let's try it. I don't know. Maybe I moved it too much. So I select these two, click adjust, and take it up. Yeah, even more up. Let's try it now. Yeah, now it's moving, but it's hard to see. I like it this way. And I like this. So I say, Papi, Erika, hi! So how is it going, the Unity contest? I just saw that you posted something, but I was in a hurry, so I didn't get a chance to read what you posted on the unofficial Discord yet. And I just saw it on my phone. My phone is broken, meaning it's very old, nothing works. Discord can send push notifications, so I can read like the first 3 lines, but then it crashes when I try to open the actual application, which sucks. So I know that you got the project name, but I didn't get the chance to read the name yet. And I know that it involves dogs, so you have my heart for that. Okay, since we finished the chains, should I also move the statue, or since it's a statue, it's going to stay where it is? I suppose it's going to stay firm. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? We have some more magical smoke. Oh, Yeah, this monk is going to be a pain. It's going well. I'm at a point now where it has evolved into an actual game. Whoa! That's nice. I'm going to add very quickly the crystals moving. Lots of crystals. Let's see. I'm going to make the bones of the crystals, create them now. So I select the root, I select this, and I place this bone here. Here, yeah, reselect the root, this, and a bone here. Reselect the root, select this crystal and a bone here. Reselect the root, select this crystal and another bone here. Reselect the root. Oh, that's boring, I know. I'm going to keep repeating the same thing, so maybe I'll chat. It's called yup special delivery. What is it delivering? Okay, I'm going. You don't have to spoil it. I'll go and read it. The name seems promising. When it has that kind of sound, it must be something good. Sounds like something squishy squashy. Root. I select this, and I create another nice bone and this. I could have actually created them at the base to then scale them. I only thought about it now. Too late to apologize. And save. Now I can animate them floating around very magically. Yeah, let's do that very quickly. Let's see, I'm going to key all of this. Yeah, they are called all FG crystals, which makes my life easier. I can filter the tree on bones so that I don't have to close all of them. And I'll key the translation and key it at the end. Maximum efficiency. And then in the middle I start translating them. But each of them should be translated to a different place. Okay. Translating them on the inside. Okay, I hope it's right. Here, and that's it. Guess this one is supposed to be more here. Yeah, they're doing this. I could make them more floaty. I'm actually not sure what's supposed to happen in this scene. Oops, activity. It's basically a 2D marble track game where Yup is delivering fruit and eventually other items to creatures in the world. Yup is the name of the dog? Okay, I'm adjusting the curves. I like this, and now I'm going to offset this. Let's suit my needs. Here. Let's just offset some parts. Suddenly they're not so synchronized anymore. There, they're all different. Can get this down again. 2 down. Maybe I should have synchronized some of them. Okay, retrying with the more synchronized version of this. Like they are drawn by power, but they are not super in sync, maybe. Yeah. Almost. Nice. So I'm going to maybe offset them, but just a couple frames instead. maximum. Yeah, it's actually Priscilla's nickname. Ah. All right. I wonder if this is right, or if they should. I know. Instead of this, I could have them do a more elegant movement. Let's try that. So that one after the other. Actually, it's this one. Actually, move. Select one. Okay, so this is the first. This stays as it is. Where was this? No. This was it. Then this offsets a little bit. Then this too. Oh, what did I select? Okay. Then this will definitely get some offset. No, I was still on that one. Okay. So it's crystal 7. It's moving. Why can't I select it? Okay. Hey, Zulka! Hi! And you're rating me! Hi, everybody! Thanks! Oh, that's gorgeous! Thanks! Hi, Zoom's here! Fish is my dish! Wow, that's one nice nickname. Woot! Hi, everybody! I'm rigging this girl here. It's the last of a series. After this, I'm not going to rig these beautiful backgrounds anymore. But right now, I'm animating some crystals. I've done the face, I've done chains, I've done these hanging backgrounds in this stream. In previous stream, I did everything else. I'm still going to animate the clouds and magical effect around this one, and also have it be suspended like these crystals here. So that's the project. How are you, Zulka? And thanks. By the way, yeah, I'm going to offset this. Ooh, nice. And then I'm going to offset this one in the background even more, if I can select it. Something like this, so that they have this cascade element, something like this. There it goes. I really should learn to use Spime one day. Trust me, you can do this. If programmers can, you totally can do this too. I already did this one. Okay, so this, that's still the same. Select this. Oh damn. Okay, now it's the right one selected. Setting this. Now setting more. Yes. I'm very well, thanks. How are you, miss? I'm fine. I'm a bit sad because this will soon end and then I'll have to draw my stuff again. But apart from this, like this art by Gung Ho from Call of Guardians is so amazing. I'll have troubles trying to do something even vaguely similar. In fact, I think I'll try to convince someone else to lend me their art to rig. That's the plan. So, have you been doing anything new during the stream? And yes, you should Coleo. What is Coleo? Wrong. Coleo. It's the nickname. Sorry, I'm not familiar yet. Totally my bad. I thought it was an actual word and I didn't realize that. I like this. More. Ah, what am I doing? Too many keyframes. Okay. It's like it should follow that slightly more. So crystal 5 was like this. How about this? Yes, better. Nice. Okay. Could actually exaggerate this one a little bit more. When it goes up, it could go more up. Yes. And then this 2, when it goes, what is this? So it's in here, when it's here it's down, could go even more down. I'm going to deactivate adjustment and do it like this. Yes. Have you checked out Terza demo yet? Yes, I did. I played it till the end. I must say that not how do you go? Puzzle was actually hard. Like there were no explanations, but I got to the end of it. It was cool. I made our main character shivering and then cut up an arm tree in PS to get it ready for rigging. Oh, shivering, poor girl. So she's... What is going to come after the... Okay, she's just arrived in that mysterious forest. There is a forest by this super creepy creature that lives under her bed. Yeah. So I guess more will come. Okay, since I finished these crystals, I'm going to also make this one float, but to this one I'm going to add a slight 3D effect. This is something very easy that anybody can do, so I'm doing it for you for this reason. There. I'll go to setup mode and I select this crystal, okay? Then after, I have to remove the filter that I had on tree to see also the attachments. I click options, mesh to create a new mesh, edit mesh, and I create the new mesh, and this is super easy. As said, the main rule is try to stick to the corners when creating vertices. So I go to one corner, another corner, yeah, it's almost touching, fine, and another corner here, and then I close this, and then I just add one point here, and this should be enough to deform our mesh decently. Actually, yeah, let's see how it turns out with this very simple mesh first, and then in case I'm not satisfied I will add more points. So I will need to create 2 bones for this to work. So I'll go to create mode, root to select the root, then I select this image and press Ctrl, so that then I can create one bone here in the middle, and this bone will share the same name of the attachment, so you don't have to retype it, which is super convenient. And then we'll have another bone, for example here, to control the deformation. Now I'm going to actually have this, a parent of this, and this a parent of this, so that this is the main bone and this is the parent. So I'll call this cube holder, and I'll call this cube controller. Okay, instead of using GTRL, I wrote it all. So, and now I'll bind it. So I first select the mesh, press bind, and then select 1, 2, press bind, and then I go in animate mode, and I'll create a small animation where this bone only is moving. So I'll go to translate, deselect here, select this cube controller that I have. Lots of story, the plot is actually pretty in-depth already. Well, then with the demo I didn't see much. Okay, so now you see that of course Spine tried to auto-weight this for us, and it did a poor job because Spine has no idea what this actually is. It tries its best. It fails sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty good what it does, especially with cloth. With cloth, it looks pretty decent. Well, anyway, I'm going to key the activate offset, key the translation at the beginning and at the end so that I make sure that there's loop. Then I move this down like this. Oh, but not there. Like somewhere in the middle of the animation like this, to create a new keyframe here. Then I move to another place, maybe move it here, and then I adjust the, okay, so I'm assuming we have something that resembles an animation of deformation. And now the very quick and easy thing to do is select the four corners here and change its weight, close the graph, to cube holder. As easy as this. So now this thing is deforming like it has some sort of depth. And it took us very little effort to do it. It looks decent. Yeah, I'm not going to add more points for this. I'm satisfied. Yeah. So, of course, this is not going to be the final animation, but it's a good starting point. So the next thing to confuse the fact that we just did a very quick and dirty trick is to also move this bone so that it floats like the rest. Be right back. Lunchtime? It's 4:30. I don't know what time is it there. Fish is my dish. Hi. Have a nice lunch and thanks for the raid, Zilka. So I'm going to move this slightly down. I'm going to key the translation at the beginning and at the end, and have it floating. Let's try it out. So now it's moving like crazy, yeah. I'm also going to ease the curves so that it does this nice thing. Well, it's kind of nice. I'm going to deselect images selections so that it doesn't go in the way. That's without bones how it looks. I like it. Now let's make it so that it's something that makes sense. Alright, so it goes down, it goes very much down. Probably would like it. So another trick that could be useful is to align the rotation of this bone to everything. So I rotate this slightly like this so that it's oriented with the cube instead. I wonder if it deformed. Hope not. No, it seems fine. Okay. Yeah, it looks fine. So deactivate bones and images compensation. And now I can try to remove this key. I like this place of this, where it's placed right now. But I actually would like to have it slightly more up. So press adjust, select two keys, and then move it up. But then I use the parent or local axis so that it's oriented to itself instead, so that I can have it in a perfectly straight line according to its position, which makes things easier. And then I move it, and I can deselect adjust at this point, down like this, and I'll have it. Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Nicely deforming. Now, next thing I want is cube controller. I'm going to transform it into a real animation. So for example, when it's down, I'll orient it to the parent. I can make it do this, for example. Now when it's up, it could be more up. So I select this and this, press adjust, and then do these, for example. Yeah, this is fine. Then I use the easing on this tool, and then I offset it a little bit. so that it's doing this. What is that, a cube? Weird. A weird thing. So here we go. We did this nice cube too. It's like there's something I don't entirely like about this. So yeah, I'm going to offset this a little bit more. Ah, yeah, it's not this the problem, but it's the cube holder itself. Yeah, it has bad curves. Now it should be better. Better, in fact. Okay, it's more floaty now. I'm actually considering for the cube controller. Where is the up? It's this one. Okay. No adjust, no offset. Just going to have it less up. Okay. And then I save. Nice. Now we have the magical things that are around it. Where are they? Here. That we'll need to animate. This is going to be something that will be interesting. So probably the better way to do this is find one that looks more or less like it's flattened in the front and then readapt it for the other directions. So you probably may have already seen, if you went around in the spam forum, how to make a rotation in isometric or non-uniform scale. I'm going to perform just that. So first I want this magical, oh again I activated caps lock, magical things. I'll parent them to the cube. Where is the cube? I see cape here. Okay, cube holder. So that now they're going to follow. That's nice. Next thing is we'll need to have a bone. First, though, I want, oh, I forgot to. So I'm going to animate this so that they can rotate. Okay, now I see the bones. I also can select bones. I can select images. So probably this one will be my designated victim for this. That's the magic itself. I'm going to deactivate it because that was for reference. I'll try to select this single spark of magic. Now let's try to deform it so that, yeah, that's magic. I can't. I should be able to. Aha, okay, so yeah, okay. So it looks more scaled, but I can't share it all by itself. That's a pity. Okay, let's say that this is fine then. Oh wait, that's huge. Didn't expect it. Whatever. So I'll create a new bone for that. Time to go home from work. Thanks for a great stream. Thanks, Arders, for staying. It's been nice to have you as well here on stream. Oh. So many nicknames that I don't know. That's nice. Have a safe trip to home. Or unless you work from home, in that case. Have a nice time. What what was I doing? Yes, I was parenting this magic. No, I was creating bones for magic. So I select cube holder, then I select this. Ah, selected the wrong image. This image. Then I create a point here. Now I will need to create. I select this and I create an additional point. I don't know, here where it looks like it's in the middle. Just to not confuse it. I call it magic holder. Also change its icon to something more magical like this. And then comes the interesting part. Okay, I'll have another magic holder. And I'll change this to, I don't know, this icon for example. And parent this here. That's because I want to have one general for all the magic particles and the specific ones for the specific magic particle that I'm doing right now. So I created this bone and then I want to parent this bone to the central bone here. So to magic holder 2. Okay. And now I will be doing the rotation. I could actually use another bone. You know what? So, I definitely want, I probably don't need this bone then. Yeah, do it this way. Sorry, I've been talking to myself. I've been reasoning on the best way to do this and it's not using this bone here. So I'm going to reparent this here and delete this bone instead. And what I'm going to do is the old good trick of rotating this, the child bone while squashing the parent bone. So what ends will be this. First, I magic holder, magic rotation. Okay, so that I remember what this is. Now, remember to make rotations in spine, you key the rotation at the beginning, at the end, and then at 1/3, and that's the hard part. It's probably something like this. 15, how's 50 divided 3? Don't remember. 16, oh, so it was very close. It looked like it was very close. There, got it to 16. Now, to 120. Then I go to the other third, which will probably be 32. And I'll key to 240. And now it will be rotating. Yeah, it's rotating. It's a bit still in perspective, which is not great. I'll get this to be closer so that it looks less weird. Let's try that now. Yes. And now let's get it to rotate in a similar perspective. So I'll get this. Oh, I can open the preview tool to let you appreciate this. Animation. So close this one. I don't need the weights panel. So let's see, let's experiment a bit. If I do this, it's now going to, rotate in perspective. The only problem is that the cube around it is not exactly in front of it. This is actually a nice effect. It looks like it's similarly matching the angle to some degrees. Oh, bye Fabiano. Have a good meal. See ya. Oh, everybody's going away or everybody's saying goodbye? I'm confused. So I'm playing with this. Well, that's basically the secret to these non-uniform rotations. You just need to do this. I was saying bye to the little crew. Ah, I see. looks okay-ish. I'm just going to find an angle that I like and stick with it. For example, this. Kind of dig this. Now the only problem would be to have it disappear when it's supposed to disappear. That's, yeah, the only problematic part. So I'll copy this. Yeah, I want to also duplicate the keys. And then I'll change the perspective to whatever I want to have it go in different directions. Such as this. Now we have two magical spikes that are rotating like this. And we keep doing this basically. So I can, that's one. I can get rid of magic for now so that I have less stuff to look at, to watch. Then I have this magic one that is unused. The final effect should be like this. I think I nailed it. Let's see this one. Oh, this was pretty good. Could actually change, for example, this with that. It's on the opposite way. Nah, I actually prefer the other one. Going to deactivate it. Let's check magic free. How is magic free? Oh, that's nice. How about replacing it? Yeah, still. If I move it in here, it ends up there. So then yeah, because I need to release it here instead. So it looks okay. It looks to me like it's rotating in the opposite direction of what it's supposed to, or is it on it? Yeah, it is. So I'll try to get it to be correct instead. Now if I get it far enough, yeah, it won't look. That's nice. Yeah, like this. So now I'll get a couple more of these and just place them around to get the final effect. Copy, copy, and then I just have to change how this is rotated. For example, like this, to get the finishing effect. Now with this one, I want to have the other magic 4. Wow, it's mesmerizing. Nice. How about turning it like this? I like it. And then I'll make another copy because yes, and I'll turn it the other way. And it has these nice spikes. Even more specular, or like this. Yeah. Okay. Do you like this effect? I'm going to save. No, I didn't want to duplicate the keys. Save. I'm going to get one last magic holder to change to this. Yeah, and then I'm going to turn it. maybe like this. No, maybe like this. Oh damn, I copied it but without the keys, I suppose. There's one that isn't moving. I must have copied this one without the keys. Well, I just need to recreate the rotation, which is going to be easy. Just have to go here, copy. My turn to go now. See you in the Discord. Love the work. Bye, puppy. And hi, Minnie. Wow, what great timing. Now, which one was the one that wasn't moving? It was this. Can't select it, of course. So I'll have to guess which one it is. I'll guess it this way. Try to select it in here. Oh, that's so complicated. Let me select it. No, it's just not going to let me. Oh, wow. One leaves and one arrives. Yeah. Hi, Minnie. Fish is my dish is saying hi to everybody. And the worst too. You're so nice, people. I love that. Yeah, I suppose this is the culprit, the one without animations. So I'm going to paste. Oh, I got it wrong. This one was supposed to rotate. Yes. And now it rotates. Beautiful. Maybe I can even offset this a little bit so that it's not at the same time as the other ones. Whoa. Yeah. I also want it to have different one. Well, the effect looks cool, at least in my opinion. I feel like I'm seeing new faces, or maybe I'm just getting old and senile. No, I have the same feeling actually on the old and senile topic. So we did this effect on the cube. Next, what is left? Oh, just the clouds. That's fantastic. I'm a new face. Yeah, it's true. Says real the worst. Yeah, I keep reading things but without stating the names, so it seems like I'm saying all these things, which is not the case. So let's see how to rig the smoke. I'm pretty satisfied with this, it looks cool. Yay, says Minnie. So I'll go here and I'm on the right screen. Absolutely, yes. I'm going to animate the last thing that we have, which is the smoke. The smoke is going to be a pain, of course. But what can we do? It has to be done. Let's watch this again. So we need to have some smoke turning around this. Some ways. And some smoke maybe going towards her. Gonna state I'm an idiot soon. Why? So make sure you quote the source. Okay. The worst said that he's an idiot, or she, I don't know. Oh, but that's not nice to say about oneself. No. Yeah, I was doing the smoke. Now I get distracted so easily. So smoke. We'll be animating this. I'll probably be able to get away with just attaching this to a bone and sliding it. And keep repeating this. And then we also have some more smoke. Oh, what is this, shards? Ah, there's more. There's also these shards that I totally forgot about. Well, that's another fun thing to animate. Oh, we can animate maybe this quicker than the smoke. I'm going to do it after the smoke, just for consistency. So, regarding the smoke, we can do it this way. We totally can't, well, we can get the smoke to only get bigger or smaller. So the easiest thing is to attach the smoke to a bone that it's in this corner to control it. It's a secret. Hey, Moog, worst, says Zulka TV. Oh, it was a joke, says Real the Worst. The Real the Worst. The Real the Worst also said, of course I'm not gonna tell anyone. It's a secret. Ah, okay. Good. Okay, root, then I select this, then I create this in a corner. Perfect. Then I select root, I select the bigger clouds. Let me select them though. Select the bigger clouds. And he's saying it's not gonna let you off that easily. No? I'm going to cry. Okay, I'm going to manually select the smoke then. You win. I call it smoke BG. Background. Hey Vidgrad! For anyone new, if you haven't already, please join an unofficial Spine Discord, marking the unofficial part. Thanks Mini for sharing it. Okay, that's a swirl smoke. Damn swirl smoke. And that's the MG smoke. What's MG for us? Parent this to this smoke here. Cool, now I've got the power. I'm saving and I'm going to animate this. So let's animate the smoke. I'll have to make copies of this smoke that I just created. So I'll animate this first and then I'll make the copies, offset the copies as I did in the Magnus background. Is there an official Spine Discord? No, it's just unofficial, but I'm in there and I sometimes answer and I talk about puppies and that's why it stays unofficial. I tried to ask if it would become official, but it's not. But it's full of nice spine people anyway. Yeah. Good answer, Zilka. That's more... It looks like it... Okay, I moved it there so that it's not so over everything. Thanks, no problem, I suppose. Oh, that's too bit growth. Cool. Joined Real Doers, thanks! So I sometimes post the start of the... I post that every time in there when the streaming are starting. Oh yeah, I was about to animate this. Let's animate this baby. Let's animate this. And how are we going to animate this? We're going to translate this out of the frame. No, I think it can stay where it is at the end. And with this scale, yeah. And when it starts, it should be out of the frame and scaled up. So maybe like this. Yeah, that's the effect I had in mind. So looks nice. But for now we have the problem, of course, that this okay, no offset, that this is going to cause disasters to us. So it's doing this now. Of course, it needs to be visible at first, this smoke, and where is the other smoke? So this is one, I'm going to keep the visibility, and here I'm going to make it completely invisible until it becomes visible again here. But like copy and paste. Here it needs to be like this. Okay. I only got one of them to work. Anyway, speaking of which, sorry I haven't fixed the bot yet, Erika. I've been really busy. Oh, don't worry about that. I appreciate that you try, and with that we keep getting notified about Zulka stream, which is cool. Not seen you for a while, Mini. Yeah, I've been busy. I've been working on a music project, and that's amazing. And since it's the end of the year, my real job has been super busy. Yeah. Oh well, busy is good. Hope you're well though, says Zulka. What are you eating, Zulka? Okay, this one still needs to be keyed though. Big smoke. Let us select you. So, Pt.2 swirl smoke, and where is it? I have to find it, so I'm going to filter the tree on bones. I called it. No, I didn't call it that. That's foreground. Okay, background chains. Background chains. Escape. Chains. Where is it? I've lost this bone. Where is the bone? Here. FG smoke is one, and this is the other. Oh, finally I found it. That was hard to find. Now next I can filter the tree since I found it. Oh, I didn't parent it there. Well, if I didn't parent it, why is it moving? This makes no sense. How is this possible? Okay, I have no filter. This must be a copy then. Ah, don't tell me, I parented both to the same bone. I did it. So I'm going to undo. Still haven't remapped the keys. Yeah, and here's the other one, finally. Okay, so I get here and I can final key the color at the end. So I key the color. Why don't you let me see this? I wanted to key the color at the end, and the color here had to be invisible like this, and also here invisible. And then as I did on that one, finally I can see everything. Copy, paste. Cool. Cool. So, I can promise it will be good, but it's full moon this time. Got a cottage pie in the oven. That's so cool. So many songs, and a friend of mine is doing vocals for it. What's a cottage pie? Like mash and mincemeat and veg. Hype is high. Are you going on SoundCloud? Asks Fabiano. I see. Replies Minnie, which I suppose it's for Zulka. I thought it was a standard pie. My bad. So I decided that I prefer this to appear more like this, so it's more instant. I want it to actually appear here. No, not this. With this. So I'll need an additional one here to do this. Weird. Okay, then I select the other one. I'll read the chat room. Fabian and Flacco. I don't know, SoundCloud is getting weird from what people have told me. I might try and find a label to publish it under, but worst case I'll use Bandcamp to sell it. Oh! Are you also going to use it in your game? Okay, that was one. I selected the correct one and then I changed for no reason. I'm going to move this here. Okay. And then I copy this and paste it here and it's cool. And that's the time where I start the offsetting fun. Very, very fun. Can it offset? Yes. Nice. So I save and I make several copies of this and of this. So 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2. Okay. Saving. Now it's a standalone music. And Zulka says, I wanna hear. I see. So I wanted to first, well, I'll try to fill it with this. More spaced out, something like this. And then this one too. I was okay offsetting that one. I thought I was offsetting the other one. So I'll select this and try to offset it. Yeah. And this too. And I'll offset it this much. Now here it looks great. Here it looks less great. Maybe I should try to get, for example, this one to be slightly smaller so that it doesn't look the same. But maybe like this. And I'll try to distort this one too. So it looks maybe like this. And then again, I noticed that I actually wanted this to move towards, so where is it? To move more towards the middle. Did I get the right one? No offset. So I'm here and I wanted to move this. Ah, yeah. I totally forgot the purpose of what I was doing. I can't move it towards the middle. That's the sad truth. So if I can't do that this way, I can at least do it this way. So I adjust this and I take it out of the picture, like this. And then I do it also smoke tree, because I like it. So smoke 3 is reaching its middle point here, but I want to start here instead. There's only one that I don't like, and it's probably this. Yeah, it's the only one with a different direction. I'm going to read the chat now. What? I'm not animating boobies this time. Oh yeah, they're already animated. It's a point and click adventure game. Okay, I read the chat room. Maybe to release on Valentine's Day of 2019. That's romantic. No, so far, did you try our Terza demo mini? I don't know. I was out. Yes, it's out. I would love to play it. We'll play it up. Wanted to know your feedback. Have a nice stream. Bye, Vidgrod. Sorry. I hope. Yeah, you're still on the stream. Bye, Vidgrod. See you next time. And it's point and click adventure game, asks Mini. Yes, it is. Erika is animating boobies again, says Bad Logic, but no. Yeah, they are already animated, so there's not much to add to the animation. It's important to never anticipate the motion on the boobs. They should always follow the motion instead. Should basically consider them as two, in Italian they're called gavettoni. It's basically water-filled balloons that are attached here and that just bounce to one side at the other. And most of the times they are like floating with air instead, which is bad. Boobs are real hard to animate, it's true. It's true. This time. Yeah, it's important to explain boobies. Well, and nobody is commenting this effect, for example, or the fact that I'm again animating smoke. No gavettoni, yeah, you know about gavettoni. Gavettoni are the worst, especially if they're filled with cold water. Did you look up reference? No. Oh, but I have an interesting anecdote about this. Did you know that before working as an animator and illustrator, I actually worked for a famous chain of lingerie. So I saw lots of reference before that, because I know all about bras and about panties. Like seriously, I was formed, and I just left it because that wasn't my passion in life. Otherwise, it was a decent job. It was nice. And I had problems remembering the people that I had to service, because I tend to forget things, as you can notice during the stream. Erika is a boob expert revealed. Oh, finally I can say it. This animation needs more constraints. Constraints are the best. I just learned everything about constraints. I know you must be still doing the docs. We have a new secret thing that we're going to add to Spine that will make you all happy. Those of you interested in understanding better the projects that come together with Spine, look forward to it. We're currently reviewing it. Bad Logic is apparently learning about that by reviewing what Shiu is writing. No spoiling of secrets. You're right. Well, look forward to something very mysterious. We have countless of those. Overpromise, underdeliver. Oh, that's right. I don't think I'd ever have the confidence to work a job like that. Wow. Yeah, it helps you get out a bit of your shell and be helpful to people. Okay, I have to find the smoke that is going the opposite way of where I'd want it to go. It must be this one, but I'm not sure. No, that's the upper one. This, no, this, maybe, it's probably this. Yes, it's this one, I caught it. So that's the final part, and that's where it starts. And where it starts, I actually wanted to start here. So let's test it now. It looks okay-ish. But I just want to give the effect that this, oh, but I would probably want to also lower it a little bit when it starts. Let's try now. No, it's weird. What I just did was weird. So reverse it. Let's try now. And this, I'm going to get it more here. Let's try now. Well, what it's doing, it's weird because I just did it here and not applied it here. Let's try now. What am I doing? Overpromise, underdeliver, or just read that? Oh my god, give me spoilers. Well, we're working on a lot of interesting things, and they're all very mysterious. Ah, yeah, of course. Okay, so there's one that it's behaving weirdly. No, that looks like fine. Okay, so now I move to the smaller smoke that I had in the front. So this one, I could probably apply the same logic to it. So place it more here and have it go to the front. Yeah, moved it too much out of the way though. Time to eat something. Totally sunk during learning of After Effects and watching stream. Oh, you're doing both? That's crazy. What tasty did you have today? Are you going to try and get this on the Switch? Ah, that's for Zulka. What did I eat today? You're asking? Well, I just ate pasta because I was in a hurry, so I didn't do anything more elaborate. Like a good Italian. Okay, so I'm going to set up mode to make this slightly different for each smoke part, so that it doesn't look exactly the same. I'm going to shear this a little bit, like this. Boom, we have entirely different smoke with zero effort. Alright. They look like they are disappearing all at the same time because I didn't offset them. Okay, I was staring at it and something didn't quite add up. Now I'm going to offset some of them and offset more. Now there's this big bubble. Okay, it's not this. And this appears, it appears here. So if it appears here, it's probably this one. Yes, it must be that. And it's so big that I'm going to make it appear from a lower point, like here. Yeah, so it doesn't get that much in the way. Saving. And now we just have this smoke to animate to finish this effect. It's going to be complicated because again it's doing some twirling effects and that just complicates, yeah. Anyway, pasta will rule the world. It actually already does. Now, it was overruled by pizza, which is always Italian anyway. Yeah, I was learning After Effects during watching stream, but while I heard harder, annoying moments, had to focus more on After Effects. Then I'm going to finish animate logo in Krita, so hearing watching stream would be so nice. Aw, sorry, I had to grab food. Ooh. I've always wanted to try learning After Effects, it looks so fun. It's also very complicated. It's the right tool for some jobs. it can be very powerful depending on what you need to do. Oh, what was I? Oh, but she doesn't, she's broken, so she's actually floating. Why did I notice it only now? Oh wait, these crystals are the same crystals. So if it's like this... Sudden realization. Waits time again. I was, yeah, okay, already done that. Now then, this smoke and these things that float, I can probably do these floating crystals first to complete the action. So I'll create a bone to hold these magical crystals, shards. So I go on root, I select the shards. Okay, I need to be able to select them. Okay, I have to be in create mode, root, and then I select the shards like this. Then I click in the middle like this. This is in the middle enough. And then what I do is I again duplicate this bone. So I go, need to see it, okay. Here I can delete these second shards because I don't need them. I'm going to parent this here. I'm going to call this shards holder, and I apply the same trick that I applied to the rotating crystal effects. I took 7 days free trial because I am sick and can't go to work. So I decided to learn something. After Effects is really huge and might be complicated when you have to mix several tools to take something look easy at the first look. I'm trying to learn with some tutorials. That's good. Why not? Learning a new tool, always nice. Yeah, it's complicated. I had a course in university of After Effects. You can do lots of stuff, but you have to render everything, and there's like additional plugins that you can have that are not included in After Effects. It's a very nice tool, but not for every job. For lots of jobs, though. Now, for example, I wouldn't use it for games. Where's my rotating thing? Rotating thing. Here. I'll copy these frames. Then I'll go here to the shards holder. On the shards, I will paste this same rotation so that now the shards are rotating. Clearly, we have a problem though. So we can do these shards rotating like we did with Magnus. A thing that we can do that could help us is compensate images and have the shards holder scale over shear. Well, that's not compensating much. Because it's compensating the images directly applied to that, directly parented to that bone. Well then, I could just do this and then move them back in place. Yeah, now it's working. I'm curious to see the effect. Like, kinda got it, but I'll have to work on this more. Since I can't see it, I'll open the preview view to ease this part. I'm going to squeeze this. I don't need that much of a space over there. I follow one developer who's animating their characters in After Effects. They did a video showing after work and it was very interesting. But did they have to render a PNG sequence? I expect them yes. Which means their characters end up being huge. which is why one would want to use spine instead. Okay, so I move the shards back in here, and then I do this. Oh, it's not rotating anymore, yeah, because I have to put the shards back. Well, isn't it interesting? So instead of doing it this way, I can change approach. Yeah, I'll change approach. And I reset the scale of the various bones. So that this is 1, this is 1. Okay. And then I scale the shards to adapt them to what I need, so that they look more like front shards instead of random shards. Okay, so something like this. And then, yeah, it's already better. Can actually get them to be somewhere else. So the cool thing about this would be to have separate levels of shards to rotate at different times or with different people. Got a few colleagues using it to animate 2D images, pretty much what Erika's doing with spine. Oh really? To be honest, I've never heard of any meaningful example of After Effects using game. Yeah, it's actually, as said, the fact that you need to pre-render everything makes it not the right tool for the job. Ah, they actually use spine as well. Ah, Mini. My cat just stood on my PC power button and the autosave didn't save. That's tragic. I'm so sorry. Well, at best you only lost 15 minutes of sufferance of whatever you were doing if you were doing meshes. Okay, so that's the one. How about I just yeah, I wanted to slightly squeeze this to make it, yeah, this is going to, see, I can make it rotate towards us, but that's not what I wanted to actually do. I wanted to rotate it more this way, and maybe I will rotate this bone more like this. I'm at that point where I don't understand anymore what I'm doing. Okay, so it seems like when this big amount of shards come closer, it's very overwhelming. Okay, like this, it's starting to look good. I guess I'll just try to duplicate this and then move it slightly to get more shards and have a different pivot, like an upper one, and I'll get these shards here to also be bigger. Now if that's the case, I'm still wondering if these shards here in the front, instead of just floating, shouldn't just come up and join the rest of the shards. It's probably the case, but the fact that this part of the shard wasn't drawn makes me think that maybe they should just float in place. I'm not sure. Like, if they wanted this to float away, I need to have the rest of it. I've never had no cat. Time to the rig again. It's amazing how cats didn't even make it into Morphe Slow. That's true. Well, okay, so what is missing at this point? Yeah, just this smoke that it's supposed to come our way. I'm going to move this preview view here so you can have a look at it while I'm doing other things. Starting to suffer for the number of frames, maybe, my computer. It looks like it. Well, maybe then I'll close the preview view for now, until it comes to be fluid again. So, next thing, I'll do this other smoke, which will be the last thing for this stream. It's actually pretty early. I thought it was later. If you're almost done working on your unsafe project, a cat will most certainly hit power button by accident. Yeah, that sounds totally like something belonging to Murphy Law. Although if the worst can happen, it will happen. Probably also includes cats. I can't select that smoke. Is it this? What is this light? Is it in front? No. If I decided to add it in, it's in the background. What about... That's the cape, that's the chain holder, cube holder, lots of crystals that I'm closing, statue, light, frame, chains, swirl smoke, here it is. It was literally the second thing, no, the third thing of the skeleton and I couldn't see it. So, how do we approach this thing? Probably make a copy and then I'll deactivate one. Ha! The worst. Spine learned me saving a habit each 5 minutes because crashes on my version. You're on the you're on the beta as well? Beta is a bit less stable than stable version, of course, because you get all the latest features. We're on beta as well here on the stream. So I'm turning this into a mesh, edit mesh, new. And I'm going to separate this so that I have the smoke and then I have everything else. I'm going to copy this again, make it visible, and then mesh, edit mesh, new mesh, and this time I'm going to exclude the smoke over there and instead just keep the smoke here. I wonder if I can do this very cheap effect of just making it rotate. Maybe. Let's try it out. So I'll create a bone here, should call swirl, and then I'll have to parent this image, this, to the swirl smoke. Yeah. And then I select it and try to rotate it. If I pull this off, it's very convenient. Let's see. Well, it needs to rotate in the opposite direction for sure. First. But then again, the pivot is weird. And there's this ending that one can totally see that it's also something that could be improved. Oh, I have to sneeze. Sorry. Yeah, this thing. Looks bad. So I'll open the preview view this time because I definitely need it. Take it out and push it to the side now because I need to test this swirling here. And I'll compensate the position of bones, etc. I'll try various combinations until I get to a point where this swirl doesn't look bad. I wonder? Oh, this looks okay-ish, but it's in slightly the wrong position. Oh, I'm moving the wrong thing. No. It's the swirl? Yes. I should actually totally rotate there. Like here. Or here. I'm trying to find the perfect spot for this. I guess I have the wrong approach. It's like not going to work. This is almost good, but I will need again to pull that trick of the perspective rotation. So I'll copy this. Yes. No. Copy this. Yes. No keys. Then I delete this. Yeah. Then I place this as a child of this. And then I edit this so that it's distorted. Okay, that's not the one I needed to touch. How about this? No? So I'll select the two of them and move them. Can't. So I'm not going to compensate bones. Select this and move it, but not move the image. And it's moving the image anyway. How do I move this then? Or maybe I know, like this. Looks like the pivot to swirl should be this one. Anyway, wow, I missed so much of the chat room. I'm so sorry. It's amazing how cats spine learn is having a habit. I'm on 3.6.38 until our project will end. Well, I'm on 3.6.53. I'm on 3.7.66 instead. We're back, dinner is burning. Oh, that's a while back. Me, Fabiano is on 3.6.39, working on a free-to-play game. Thanks Veronica for saying Nazdrovia, because I sneezed. Oh, by the way, in Poland, when someone we say Nazdrovia, bless you, and that's normal. I heard that in other countries it may be ill-received. How it looks in your country, Ari and chat? In my country, it's like it's better the cat apparently, but everybody says it, so it's conflicting. I know. Give me a laugh because people usually mistake that with Russian, which is 100% Polish. Especially while toasting, especially tourists. We say bless you here in the States too, says Minnie. It's good, I know. In Italy, it's very common and a proof of good manners. In fact, the person who sneezes replies with thanks. Yeah. Hi, Kilozaur. Wow, so even better than Poland. We just say Nazdrovie for friends, but not really for everyone on the street. I'm actually not sure of anything anymore. I was taught to say Nazdrovie, bless you, salute, and so on. But I read somewhere that it's not pointing out that their sneezing is not that good, so I don't know anymore. But everybody says it anyway, even to strangers. Where's the shards? No, that's... I don't know what to do with the smoke. I know. Okay. Instead of making it rotate, which is ugly, I'm going to do something different. Yeah, I decided. So... where is it? Swirl? That's the swirl. I'm going to animate it differently. No more rotation. That's cancelled. And instead, I do this. The good old, scale up, scale down. Until I don't know here. And I'll get it to be visible. Invisible. Ta-da! I don't even notice it anymore. Perfect. That's how we want it. Now, yes, of course, not a stranger, but it can happen in public places, especially between women, which is a thing I like a lot because they show united. Well, in Italy it's salute, which literally means health. Well, in Poland, na zdrowie also means to the health, for your health. This is maybe why Russians started using it, or well, tourists. Okay, so this pretty much completes our animation. I'll let you see without all this stuff around. This probably concludes it. Let you see also without bones, final effect. Let's see, did I forget anything? Probably I did forgot. So in case I did, you know what? Maybe I'll just add one bone to float this giant girl behind her. Because it looks to me like she should be animated to some degree. Indeed. statue. Yeah, if she's separate, it means that she should be animated, shouldn't she? And she has nothing behind. Make her float just a little bit. So root, create. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I'm on the root and I create. I need to see the images, okay? Oh, whatever. I'm going to just place a bone here, call it statue, and then parent it to the statue because I can't actually select the statue otherwise. Statue P, and I select the statue bone. Then I go in animate mode and I just move this little statue bone so that this as well is animated. I also want to parent some bones, such as this parent to the statue bone, this two parent, statue bone too, and it should be enough. Then I select the statue bone here and I make it float. Like this, for example. Translate, copy, paste. Well, that's cool. Needs to be more here. Let's make it bouncy. Let's make it more bouncy. Slightly less bouncy. Slightly less. And also when it's here, I'm going to make her move less. And then offset the animation. Well, in any case, if they don't need it, it will be just a matter of deleting these keys. Now let me clarify this. Guys working with me are Russians. I'm not. And they always tell me story about people, mostly tourists, going Nazdrovje while toasting. Because they believe it's Russian. Lol. Oh, we Polish people also say Nazdrovje during toasting. Russians say something like Blazdrovia, which practically means the same. While toasting, yeah, like this. Nazdrovje! Because it's alla salute. Salute, alla salute. It's the same like in Italian. Okay. Now I can finally say I finished this. And wow, the chat room, you people in the chat room have been amazing during the stream. You really kept me company and I feel blessed. So thank you. Cheers, that's toasting. We say cheers in the States. I heard toast. Ah, Kay heard the important thing. That's what matters, isn't it? So, this is the final result. I'm going to deactivate image selection. I'm going to deactivate bones. I'm going to lower this to the maximum. Here we have Delilah casting magic spells. And with this, I conclude the long series of the Gungo Entertainment Call of Guardian series. I hope you enjoyed all these characters and seeing the process of how they were animated. And see you next time, after I read the chat room though. So exactly, that looks wonderful, Erika. Thank you, Mini. Awesome indeed. Thank you, the real doers. Zulka TV, thank you. That looks like me casting a spell to my cooking. Yeah. Yeah, okay, exactly. I really like this rotating fog in the background. Yeah, it kind of came out. Oh, Damn me, I forgot one piece. I forgot this, so I didn't actually finish. See? Thanks for notifying me of this. I'll quickly add this one, because this should be also moving. And then I'll actually be finished. Back to work, exactly. Vedrovnik, thank you. You actually saved me. Like, if I had forgotten this, it would have been a disaster. And I had just finished the stream. Oh, where is it? Okay, so in this case, let's do the last part of smoke. How can I do it in the most lazy way? Root. I select swirl of... I need to see the bones though. Okay, create mode, I select this. And I create a bone here probably to make it rotate. Because... yeah, I'm going to make it rotate very easily. So it's going to rotate this way. If it's going to rotate like this, it seems to suggest that it rotates kind of this way instead. Oh, the image selection is driving me mad. So like this, you know, and then it rotates like this, which is weird because I made the shards rotate in the opposite direction. Well, let's see how it turns out if I just make it rotate like that. Or I could just invert the smoke, the shards instead. Okay, let's try that. So I rotate this like this. Yeah, I need to get this up, get this here. I got this 2 up. Okay, so you can see it nicely. And then when it ends, it rotates like this. Okay, it's the wrong angle. Supposedly this way. Before it ceases to exist. Move it here. How about this? Houston, we have a problem. So I can't pull this trick off in the laziest way, clearly, because I just have that part. So let's animate it in a different way. Let's see. If I can do it that way, I'm going to move this one here and trying to scale it. No, more like this. Yeah, scale it like this, and then it goes back to being, I don't know, 0.5 and 0.5. No, 0.5 is too small. So how about this? And then clearly I'll need to have it this way and translate at the beginning. Well, that's interesting. So then I make the smoke visible here and invisible here and at the end. Like that. Oh, it's the offset again. Just delete that. Okay, many things are synced with that one at the beginning. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to copy this and paste it on the last frame and then offset. Offset more. I'm going to make it faster. Oh damn, I offset it again by mistake. Let's bring it back to the original form. I'm going to remove this. Oh, I removed something important. I wanted to make it shorter, so so first I do this, and then I offset it. No, let's bring it back to how it was, because I have a slight problem. And it's the fact that this is supposed to be, I'm going to compensate this, place it more at the tip, and then when this scales, it will need to scale more clearly. Oh, maybe scaling Pew moving down left a bit. Yeah, I was doing this exactly. Good one. Sorry that I didn't see it, because I would have done it sooner. Didn't want to deform it. Okay. That's what's happening. Damn the offset. I really dislike this new behavior. Copy, paste. And then as said, I need to finally offset this. Saving. Yes, it's done. It's finally done. All right, now is the time I'll say goodbye to all of you. Who knows what will come the next week? But I'll miss these beautiful images for sure. Bye-bye to the monitor, because you don't have a camera. Don't have a camera and you won't see that. I'll bye-bye to you instead. It's been very pleasant and wonderful, and I'm glad I did this. And yeah, I need to signal that this was the last thing. Okay, sending tiny corgis. We like corgis. And this is the last thing. It's been emotional. Yes. To the Discord, yeah. So bye bye.